Welcome back to this channel, and then today I show you some tricks how to speed up some of your scripts and to make them not that long, because long scripts are bad scripts. Well, if they're too long for what they do. And so today we will look at an example. I copied it in. This is, for example, a track list where you pulled it out of a JSON file, for example, and the tracks in there are an intro, then a mix, and an outro, for example. You're an artist or something, okay? And what we want to do is, let's say we have this list, okay, and we want to process this list. And right now they're all lowercase, as you can see, and our goal is to write a script that makes them all uppercase. This is pretty easy, you know. But how would you do it? Think of it and try it out. If you can do it, that's perfect. Maybe you did it a little overcomplicated. Maybe you're just spot on. But think about how you would do it, and then come back to this video. And we will now look into how to make this. So, and in order to do that, we will have to write a function. Okay. First, what is a function? A function is a block of code we can reuse. Reuse the word def to define it. And the normal beginner way to process our tracks is to use a for loop. So we make a loop, and we are telling Python for every single item in our checklist, make it uppercase, and add it to our new list. And yeah, let's run it. We will see if that works. I pre-copied it, so I don't have to write the whole thing. And that's basically it. So if we run that, it would work. As you can see, the terminal output is all of this. Here works perfectly fine because we did the definition, track list, and for item and track list, we processed it and made a loop that makes everything uppercase. And then we define what we want to process, and then we print the processed. Then it will print that, right? So this is a way you could do it. It works, but there's a secret to it. This is actually pretty slow. Every time this loop runs, Python has to stop, look up at the append command, at the item, and repeat. If you have a massive amount of data, for example, over a gigabyte of text, this simply will take forever. We don't want that, and you would have to, basically a massive amount of data, and your script will lag, even if it's a small script. But it's not a smart script, and that's what we want to look into today. So we delete this one, and we basically delete everything. Okay. In order to do this now, we will make a different thing. So I will delete everything, and what we do now is something that's faster. We use Python trick called list comprehension, if I spoke that right, pronounced that right, instead of writing our slow loop that we had before, which is okay for small lists, totally fine. But we will put the whole operation inside of brackets on one single line, basically. And Python's engine loves this. Python is basically simplify it until it does not lag. And this is one of the it optimizes in the background and blasts through the data without having to look up like the append command over and over. And that's much cleaner, and it's much faster. I will show you what this does. So we have our track list we had before. These are tracks, intro, mix, outro. So like before. And then we have the definition. Okay. We define process data fast this time. Same track list, and then we will return now. Before we used a 4 item in track list, and now we will use return and then item upper. So we put it in brackets instead of immediately writing this and then that. Okay, it's way faster because Python is processing it way better, because now it won't check it over and over and over and over again. Now we'll do it one time and that's it. Cleaner, faster. And if we press things, if we press this button, you will see we get the same output as before, but this time, if I, for example, would add a lot of things back here, we will still get the same output and the same time, and it wouldn't lag. I don't know if it would lag anywhere going from here. Maybe if you have millions of words, but I tested it with a few hundred words and it didn't lag at all. It was the same speed, and this is making it much faster. And yeah, that's so much better way of making loops, and we can do this for multiple things. If you want, I can show you two, but let's make something else. Okay, what if we want something different? Okay, I will tell you a little speed secret. If you want to combine words together, for example, you could use the plus sign, like this one right here. You could do it. Nope, that's not the right thing. I have to copy the right one. You could do it like this. Boom, 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 boom. Works. Okay, it works. It's slow and also not good enough. Okay, we don't want that to happen. It's highly inefficient. Okay, but because it forces Python to create a brand new string in your computer's memory every single time you add a word, and we don't want that. That slows down the process. And for example, if you just have this little script right here, that's no problem. But if you have a big thing that is combining words with each other, I don't know what that would be right now, but there are many ways you could implement that in games, and also little UI stuff for software, and writing that would be a pain. Okay, and we don't want to do that. So we will delete that, okay? We will delete that, and I will show you a faster way. I will delete everything, actually. And what we want now is we use a .join. Join makes things much faster because join basically uses the plus sign and combines it. So we will write that following. So we will first take this. These are dark, industrial, techno. This is some moods or genres or whatever you want to call them. And we will use the text. And then we will say the text in where like this up here, and then we will join them together and give it, if you hover over it, write it like that, you can see what what you can actually see it tells me. That's right. Okay, and then we just want to print it. What? No, there. And of course we want to print text because text equals this joined. Okay. So if we press this now, it joined the whole text without anything. Okay, but it joined them. So now it's one little text on it, the output, and this is way faster because you don't have to add plus behind it. No. Don't do that. You can just add something back here. So for example, if you add ever gibberish, and you press again, it will get added there, and it's much faster and it's much more customizable, and you don't have to change your whole script, which we don't want because we are lazy, okay? We just want to reuse it over and over again without even changing anything, basically. So that's a little tip right there. Pretty simple, but these are some little things you could improve. So if you have something in your script that does this, go through your scripts and try to fix this issue, and it will run faster. Even if it's a small millisecond and your PC gets a few little percentage back, it's enough. Like, these add up for your scripts. If you have a complex project and every little script uses these long, slow, and yeah, not so clean functions and type things, this will add up and will eventually make your program run slow and laggy, and that's not what we want. And so this is a little thing I used in my recent projects a lot. Not only this, but also a few others. But these are a few things that you could improve in your scripts, of course. And what I found was a really good idea to improve. So yeah, that's about it. Yeah, thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. Goodbye.